Hello class, this is Mr. Bernard, and today I'm going to talk about why oil and water don't mix. Perhaps you've shaken up your jar of salad dressing, and by the time you actually pour it on your salad, you've noticed that all the oil has gone to the top and all the tasty stuff is at the bottom. Well, there's some terms I want you to know, so by the end of this video you should know the terms polar, nonpolar, hydrophobic, hydrophilic, miscible, and immiscible. So let's talk about why stuff is polar or nonpolar and what does that even mean. So this is a water molecule right here, and a water molecule is made of an oxygen and two hydrogens. Now maybe you remember from chemistry, or maybe you don't, that hydrogen has one valence electron and oxygen has 6 valence electrons. And in order to bond together, they need to share electrons. So by sharing, oxygen can fill up its ring with 8, and hydrogen can fill up its ring with 2. Now they don't have them all the time, but by sharing, they can kind of fill up their outer orbital. Now here's the thing about oxygen. Oxygen's super greedy, so it shares, but it's like the kid at kindergarten that takes 90% of the toys and then lets you have like one block. So most of the electrons are shared and they stay down at the oxygen, which makes the oxygen side negative, and the hydrogen side of the molecule is positive. Now, when you have a bunch of positives and negatives, you start to form bonds. And these are only partial positives and they're only partial negatives, so we form a weak bond called a hydrogen bond, and it's between the negative oxygen portion of an atom and a positive hydrogen portion of the other molecule. Now, what happens when you mix in molecules that are nonpolar? I've just thrown a couple of molecules of olive oil in there. And these molecules are nonpolar, meaning that their charge is evenly distributed. There is no negative end and there is no positive end. And essentially what happens is these two substances repel each other. And the oil is basically, we say it's afraid of the water, so the oil we would say is hydrophobic, and anything that dissolves in water we're going to say is hydrophilic. When these substances mix together, we say that they are miscible, and when they don't mix together, we say that they are immiscible.
I hope that helped.